Please welcome. Oh, my video is done. Okay, hold up. My video is done editing. I'm about to upload it. There's a pick a card coming to the channel. But hello. If you're new, hi, my name is ADIE. I am your witchy magical bestie over here on this part of the interwebs. We do lots of things. We do pick a cards, we do collective readings, we do candle burnings, we get into our magic. We got 2 book clubs going on. Check them out down below. I'm about to get back into that. I'm just trying to decide what books that we should read together. We're going to get back into exploring magical books of wonder. Okay, so join. I also have a sci-fi fantasy book club if you guys enjoy that type of energy. Okay, but we're about to get into this collective message. Also, I have a 2-for-1 deal going on right now. This means that you can book 2 tarot readings for the price of 1. So check out the Etsy if you are interested. Last year I did a lot, okay, probably too much. And so this year I will not be accepting that many people with the 2-for-1 deal. I will not be extending it. So if you're interested, book now, okay? Because whatever is up, that's all that I'm doing, okay, this year. So check out the 2-for-1 if you guys are interested. But let's tap into this collective reading. This is going to be for the 13th of July, okay? Or this is just wherever you are, where, you know, my readings are timeless. I don't know why Spirit with these 2 collective readings that I'm doing wants me to put a date on it. So maybe it's very specific for what's going on in July on the 13th. But this is, you know, my readings are all timeless. So whenever you're seeing this, whenever you're picking up on it, okay? Now we have the 8 of Pentacles. This is really telling me that right now, whether you are active or not, there is an energy of wanting to become active in a certain area of your life. It's going to be very physical. It could be your finances. It could be your health. It could be something else that are a lot along those lines, somewhere in the middle. But this is something to do with your physical reality, your physical life. Okay. But one thing that I feel is that with this 7 of Swords, there is someone sneaking around. There could be someone that was lying. I also have the 5 of Wands here. So this does mean that it could be a lot of people that are involved in this, or one person in particular, but it feels like there is like a discord. Like there is this, you know, conflict possibly happening right now. There could be somebody that has been lying. There could be someone sneaking around wearing a mask. And it's ultimately putting you in a state where you feel like you can't be active. A lot of you guys have been the victim of like evil eye energy, people doing magic on you, like throwing magic on you. And I really want to talk about that. Either way, whether this is something that is witchcrafty, you know, somebody doing things in that way, or it's just there's an energy that somebody is very manipulative, somebody's been lying, somebody's been sneaking around, somebody's been wearing a mask around you. Either way, this has gotten you in a, I want to say it's gotten you in a pickle, you know, energetically, vibrationally, like really not, maybe not physically, but it is affecting your physical life, okay? Because it makes you feel like you can't move. It makes you feel like I gotta deal with this situation, I gotta process it, or it really just dampens your energy, like you're feeling really tired. There's a lot of distractions. I'm feeling like a lot of like influences coming into your life, okay? So what I'm feeling here is that getting active in an area of your life that you've been wanting to move towards, even if one of those desires does mean that you want to figure out this situation with this person, there is something before this person was revealed. There has been this urge, desire, even maybe need to go to town on a certain area of your life. And I'm getting this energy is like every time you start to focus on this or get on board with yourself, I want to say, like, so for instance, it's like every time you're about to, like, you know, you feel like you're about to work on a certain project or start figuring out what you should be doing in this area of your life, whether that be your health, whether that be your beauty, whether that be your money, like a relationship, you know, things start to, like, you know, feel good between you and another person. It seems like something like a wrench gets thrown in and you get drawn away from that focus that you want to be at. And so what I'm feeling is like what's going to dead this energy is you needing to tame that beast. Where is that card? The Strength. Needing to have a little bit of like strength, discipline is what I'm really picking up with the Strength. The Strength can talk about a lot of different things, but I'm really picking up on the discipline and taming of energy within yourself. You know, like it feels kind of like chaotic because every time you start to like really hone in and start focusing on your craft, because the Eight of Pentacles can talk about that. It could talk about like, you know, being hard at work at something, whether that be like, okay, I'm going to get in the gym. I've been working. And that's something that I've been fighting for the past 6 months. And I've been doing really great. You know, and it takes self-awareness. It takes self-awareness and it takes discipline and it takes you like having that inner dialogue, maybe even outer dialogue, looking at yourself in the mirror, you know, like, and telling yourself, no matter what happens, I'm going to stick to the gym. Whenever what happens, like one of my goals this year was that I want to have strength training, heavy lifting be a pillar in my life, not just something that like I really want to do, but it is a part of the fabric of my life. So I made a pact with myself, like no matter what, I'm going to show up. Because sometimes I can get to a point where life gets stressful or I get tired, like I'm really being disciplined. So there could be like this discipline that you need to have with yourself and understand that life is going to come with all of these, like, it's going to come with distractions. It's going to come with triggers. It's going to come with these types of people that want to wear a mask, want to sneak around, want to like cause havoc is what I'm really feeling. Whether that is like very active in your physical life or they're from afar trying to cast energy onto you. Like how you're going to dead this is getting fucking busy, honing in. And there needs to be discipline here. So for today, if you need, you know what I'm hearing? Just do it. Just do it. Don't make any excuses. Like even if you wake up late and you plan to hit the gym every morning, can you go later? Squeeze it in. It's like that kind of energy. And I'm using my situation, the gym, you know, to kind of tell you like, okay, so maybe you couldn't get it to maybe there's something came up. Maybe you're emotionally like going through it, you know, having a time. Can you figure out when the best time to do it? Let's not just let this fall or get ignored. You know, that's what I'm getting here. And this is how you dead this energy and step into this like explosion that I'm feeling. Because right now, do you see how interesting this energy is? It's almost like this is the Eight of Swords and this is the Seven of Swords. Okay, so there's like a little fox looking at the chickens wanting to like, and I'm seeing Fantastic Mr. Fox. So somebody's like sneaking into your coop, attacking your chickens, whatever that, the chickens can represent anything. It can represent your money, it can represent your love life, it can represent whatever. But there's a fox trying to get in and messing around, stealing energy, playing around with your energy, right? Now look at this one, Eight of Swords. This is about stagnancy. So it makes me feel like whoever this fox is, this Seven of Swords, this sneaky person with a mask on, they're either trying to stop what you're doing, and ultimately this is to get you to look at them. This is to get you to come to them and play their game. The Seven of Swords can talk a lot about games and like distorting reality, cheating, like just getting away with things, like not really taking life, the divineness of life, of people, seriously. Okay, so it almost like this person wants to, what I'm feeling is like, there's this energy where there's no other way. There's no other way but this way. And in this direction is me. You can only point towards me and come towards this direction. Okay. And so there's this like chaos, and it is chaos, you know, it has potential. And with this Tower energy, there needs to be a complete change. I think however you deal with this person or the energies that are going through your life right now, it's typical for you to just set down what you find to be important and deal with the distraction. But I feel like the advice here is that the complete change for you is allowing whatever that's happening to happen and to hone in on whatever this is, because I feel like there is potential for you to get lost and get off track. I am going to be going live soon to do, you know what, maybe I'll do it my fiance's day off. I am going to be going live to do how to get back on track. Okay. So, because I feel like you are trying to stay on track. It's not necessarily that you're off track, but it's like all these detours, which we are going to talk about in that reading. It's going to be a pick a card. And it's about following your GPS, your natural GPS system, you know, and this is important. This is important because sometimes it's not about, a lot of us are directed towards this because of our desire, our anchor, our emotional anchor. We've already connected into this timeline, you know, where that exists already. The hard work is over. We're living the results. We're living the physical manifestation from us not breaking focus. We've already connected to that timeline, but it's more about understanding on not taking so many detours, you know, and experiencing energies that we don't necessarily need to experience, you know? And so how to dead this and to correct this situation is to hone in, okay? Because we have the Six of Swords. Not the Six of Swords, but the Six of Wands. So the Six of Swords, this is a situation that could be, you know, causing a lot of like mental anguish, and there's a need to like, okay, I gotta stop. Let me go focus on this. And honestly, I feel like with this Seven of Swords, it could mean like this person has to figure out stuff their own way. You have to let them, I'm also hearing they gotta lay in the bed that they made. I don't feel like you should be focusing on this Seven of Swords. With this Six of Wands, which is success, which is being acknowledged, which is getting the reward. This can only be achieved with the Knight of Pentacles. Okay? Do you see his arrow? He's pointing his arrow at his target. So this can only be achieved when you take the time to put in the work. The Knight of Pentacles puts in the work. It's slow. Like Pentacles are very slow. It's about being active. This isn't about giving up. This is not about, you know, I want to even say not about taking breaks. I know this energy could be quite exhausting, but with this Tower, it's saying that you need to move. There is an energy where you feel like I have to do this. I have to focus on this area in my life. I have to focus on my health. I can't no longer focus on this Seven of Swords energy, this Five of Wands energy where people are not on the same page. There's people lying. There's people that are, you know, wearing masks, being people who they're, you know, being a person like, or pretending, I want to say pretending to be something that they're not. And you know exactly what you want to do. You might not, maybe not know all the steps, and a part of following your GPS is not knowing all the steps all at once. You have to listen. When we're driving and listening to our GPS, we're not constantly looking. We're not taking our eyes off the road. So check into, I might even post this before the 13th because I feel like it needs to be. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But because this is really, the downloads are coming in for that, how to get back on track. And following your GPS, this is not about taking your eyes off the road. You know, you have to get there. And you can't take any more stops anymore. You can't be stagnant. And there are other ways to get around it. But it seems like somebody is trying to play around with your GPS system. There's other ways to get there, but we're not trying to take any more detours. Because I don't think this person, this Seven of Swords energy, knows where they're going, you know? And so it's important for you to stay, like, your focus, your need, your urge, or like your desire, you know where you want to go, you know? And so it's important that you don't take your eyes off the road right now, and you continue to hone in and, you know, put in the work for yourself, and to gauge your emotions, to gauge your energy levels, to gauge your, you know, where you are, you know, because like during this, they're showing me like me going to the gym, you know, and staying disciplined. There was times where I got sick and I took the time off, but as soon as I was well, I got right back on it. I didn't allow so much time to like pass where I would just fall off. You know, there was times where I was on my period and I was like, you know what? I'm not doing it. You know, like I didn't have it in me, and I allowed my body to rest. There was times where I was just like, you know what? I'm in a funk, and I allowed, but at that point I was already so disciplined that after like a couple days, I was like, I gotta get to the gym. Like, I don't know what I'm at, but it's like gauging, like I'm too tired. I'm too like, you know, I don't have the energy. Well, can I take a nap and have energy later? You know, can I get up? Can I add in my day? Like I'm trying to do 4 days a week. So maybe I can't get it today, but let me make up for it. It's like that energy, like being very disciplined, right? You know what you want and you know where you're going. Honestly, if you know what you want, you know where you're going. You might not know exactly what's up ahead, and that's not how life works, you know? And so it's more about not focusing on this Seven of Swords energy. In fact, that's what this person wants, you know? If this is a person that's really trying to stagnate you so you don't reach this Six of Wands where you are being rewarded, you are being seen for your greatness, you are accomplishing what you're setting out to do right now. You know, if it is that type of person of like, I feel like that's what they want. They don't want you to reach that. So the way that you fight it and you transmute the energy is that you don't take your eyes off the fucking road. You continue, you know, you continue. And so just protect your coop. Protect yourself, protect your dreams, protect your family, and understand that however this Seven Swords is showing up, the best way to deal with it is to just transmute this energy, to transmute it, to hone in. I want to pull maybe one thing from the OG deck, Shapeshifter. If you have to do shape-shifting energy, and we'll talk about this more in the House of Glamours, my glamour beauty and sex magic school that I will be opening soon. This is about embodying an energy and saying, you know what? I'm going to shape-shift so that I can get this done. You might need that. You might need to, you know, tap into an energy to help you get this done and so that your energy is protected. I believe that that's a way to protect your energy. So if you're shape-shifting and seeing yourself as fucking Beyonce and you're going to get out there and you're going to fucking do the work, the energy can't touch you when you're embodying another energy. Check out the Etsy if you want to book with me, okay? And I'll see you guys in the next reading. Peace.